Boys and girls, today we're going to do the letter Y. Letter Y is yellow jacket. A lot of you are like thinking, Mrs. Young, that looks like a bee. It's actually a kind of wasp, and it's called a yellow jacket. And it is related to the bee, but it's not a bee. It's a yellow jacket. All right, so we're going to make our yellow jacket. In your bag, you should have these 4 pieces right here. You've got his wings. I think your wings are folded, and if they're not, you can definitely fold them now. Okay, so you've got his wings, you've got his abdomen, you've got his thorax, which is the middle part of his body, and you've got his head. We're going to start out with his abdomen. And what we're going to do is we're going to round one end, and then we're going to kind of make it a little bit pointy at the other end. Rounded pointy though. Just like this. We're going to do the same thing with the other yellow piece. We're going to round one end and then make the other end a little bit pointy and round. Okay, that's his head and that's his abdomen. Now with his thorax, we're going to take it and we're going to just curve the ends, the edges to make it a circle. So we're taking our square, we're making it into a circle. Just like that for his thorax. That's the middle part of his body. And the last thing we're going to do are his wings. And we're just going to make a V. So they're going to be pointy on this end. And then up here, we're going to round them. And then you should have 2 wings for our yellow jacket. Just like that. All right, we've got our scraps over here in a nice neat pile, ready to throw away at the end. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start out by gluing on his thorax. Take our paper. Remember, we don't glue on our book. We don't want our book pages to stick together, so we're going to keep the glue. Sorry, this is the abdomen. All right, so we are going to put glue onto our abdomen. And we're going to put it over here, kind of in the middle of the page with the pointy part pointing down. All right, now we have our thorax right here. We're going to take it and we're going to put glue on it. It goes right in the middle and does not curve any which way, not a diagonal line or anything. Last of all, we have his head. Okay. With his head, the rounded part goes onto the thorax and the pointy part points out, just like that. Last of all, we're going to glue on his wings. Remember, we'll want to use a baby wiper or a rag to wipe that up at the end, a cloth. Okay. There's one of his wings. And his other one kind of at a V, pointing out like that. All right, now we're all done with our glue. We're going to turn it back down, put the lid on, click, so we're sure it doesn't dry out. Okay, and we need our black crayon. With our black crayon, we're going to give him his eye. It's sort of a big oval, big black oval, and we're going to fill it in. Remember, fill the whole thing in. Then we're going to give him his antenna and his 6 legs. 1, kind of like 7s, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to give him his stripes on his abdomen. Kind of curvy stripes because his body's kind of curvy. And all these spaces in between so the yellow shows through. And there is your yellow jacket for the letter Y. Good job, boys and girls.